Hello golfers, and welcome to the Jess Frank Golf Academy YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've got a great tip for you. And I see so many golfers out there who are trying to hit at the ball, and what happens is that when they swing, they actually swing and they release their hands really early, and just really kind of what happens is that you have a sweet spot on the golf club. So if you start to twist this golf club too much, it becomes very difficult to hit the ball solid all the time. So what I've done is I have this little, I usually put a alignment stick in the bottom of the club, but I have this really cool new teaching aid from TRS Golf that will help with this. It's kind of a little bit less cumbersome, and basically it just attaches it to the butt of the club. And then from here, what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna learn how to properly release the club. Because when you release the club, you don't want to roll your hands, and you can see this part of the club is going to hit me in the side. So if I release my hands, you can see how this is on the target line. It's almost like this here. So watch here. If you release your hand to try to roll your hands, you can see where that butt of the club is facing back towards the camera. And what we want is when we do this, when we release the club, we want to not see the butt of the club. The butt of the club and your hands actually act as a disappearing hands. So you're not keeping your hands on the target line and twisting your wrist. So that's super important. That's how you create really good impact. It's not that you're flipping your hands or rolling your hands at the ball. You are creating a motion that keeps the face stable and the sweet spot stable around your body. So this is very important. This is something that could really help your game, help your ball striking stay very consistent, because most people are taught, again, shift the weight, release the hands, you can hit behind it, you can top it, just all kinds of inconsistencies. So this is something that I always talk about. So we're gonna go just small backswing and then rotate back through. So you can see this here. And when I do this, my weight's forward, my arms are straight. This little piece right here hasn't hit me in the side. So as I go through, you can see is that it's just working up and around my body here. So this club works up and around my body, and I finish with a nice finish that way. But in the beginning, all we want to do is hit small shots, okay? And this is a great drill for one of the videos I just did recently for understanding how you get lag and pressure in the back of the ball. So this is a great connection between the two, okay? So when we're going to hit the ball, we're going to make little swings in the beginning, just back and forth. And you can see here is that I have to move my body. I have to rotate my body. I have to extend, tilt, and turn my body, something that I always talk about during my lessons. And on the YouTube videos too, you can see a whole library full of videos on extending, tilting, and turning. So this is super important, understanding how we're keeping the arms and hitting these little shots out there. So you can see when I finish, my arms are nice and straight. The club head is in front of me. My hands are in front of me. So when I hit the shot, you can see where this club head is. This is exactly what it looked like right here. So I can repeat that over and over and over again. That way I'm hitting into the back of the ball. I'm compressing the ball. It really feels good when I do that. So you always want to start with small swings. You're not trying to hit the ball far. You're just working on this little motion back and through, and you can see as I go through, and you could, I bet most of you, if you had this, alignment stick or something attached to the end of the club, you'd be hitting yourself in the ribs all the time, the rig crapper, like this. You're cracking your ribs, boom. So by doing this, now watch this here, as I come through, you can see is that doesn't touch me at all right there, and that gets the hands forward, that keeps the face nice and square. That's everything you're looking for, right? Hands forward, you're turned, you're not keeping your head down, trying to flip at the ball. It becomes an extremely dynamic motion of going through the ball, using all your levers, all your hinging, and now you're swinging through the ball a lot better, and you're not trying to hit at the ball. You're making a motion, you're keeping everything nice and stable, you're using the arc of the swing around your body. As this club comes back down, you can see that club gets on a great plane right there, right underneath the right forearm, where all the great players are. And then from there, you can really get into a phenomenal impact position. All the best players, weight forward, hips open, shoulders a little bit closed, right shoulder below the left, weight on the left, handle forward. Again, as I get into here, again, weight on the left, handle forward. You know, I'm not sitting back here and scooping and shifting my weight back here and trying to help the ball in the air. I'm making a really solid golf swing that's allowing me to come back into the ball. And this is just a phenomenal way to get some feedback. Again, you don't have to have this this teaching aid. You can use an alignment stick. You know, so this is something that you can, it will benefit you tremendously. And so I'll go ahead and hit a little shot. Does everything that you want it to do. You know, again, start on a small tee. Nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, set up to the ball. So you have a good setup too. So your arms are together. You see the weight's a little bit more on the left. And then from here, we're going to make this swing back and through. And I can chip that ball out there. That was about a 65, 70 yard chip right there. And just so you can see the small swing. But again, I'm not flicking my hands at the ball. I'm not trying to hit at it. So I'm gonna get one down the line here for everyone here. So this will be good for you. So that way you can start to see this. Put this camera back here. That way you can start to see. Okay, there we go, perfect. So you'll see when we do this, how important this little drill is here. This drill could help you immensely. Could really, really help you. Could help you play better golf, hit the ball more solid, just enjoy the game more. And that's what we're all about here. We want you to enjoy the game more. So again, so if here I'm set up here, so we're only going to take a small swing. So you can see, first of all, you can also check your backswing. So you could check the fact that this club now is hinged properly. It's looking back down at the hinging here. So a lot of people don't hinge correctly. So that's a bonus tip. That's definitely a bonus tip for you out there that you can get. So that's a bonus tip, that hinging action. So you can see that as I swing back. Okay. So when we do that, I'm going to show you here. Hit a little shot. Again, all we're looking for here, again, we can see this club coming from a great spot back through the ball. And you can see when I do this is that my hands have disappeared up the arc, but my club head is still tracing the outside arc. So there's an arc in front here. There's an arc with my hands. So I'm not just kind of throwing my hands down the club. So I see a lot of people when they come to me, they have the butt of the club on the target line and the head up above their shoulder. And so that's a lot of flipping. They've been told to roll their hands. And so what we want is we want to hit shots from here, back through. Again, we're extending, tilting, and turning on our backswing, coming back into impact, back around. We're not crushing our ribs here. So we're going to do that again, little shot. And you can see when I finish, even I had a little brush on there. A little brush is okay. A big whack in the side is not. So little brush is okay, but that's our goal. But you could see I hit the ball pretty far right there. I mean, that blue flag right in front of us over there is about 65, 70 yards, and I flew it that way. And you can see I didn't take a very big swing, but I hit the ball really solid. I hit the ball super solid, and that's what we want. And so, you know, again, it just does so many good things for you. As you come back down, you can see this club is on a great plane. Okay, it's really on a good angle right here, underneath the right shoulder. You can see the club head is behind my hands. Again, this is a power source. This is another bonus tip for everyone out there. So what happens when you throw the club and the club head gets closer to the target line, when the club head gets closer to the target line, that loses power. When the club head stays back away from the target line or back away from the ball, that's power. That's a power source right there. So that's something that's super important. What a lot of people miss is that they throw the club and then they shorten that radius, they shorten that arc there. So we want to have this club from here, back in the back of the ball, weight forward. You can see how my right shoulder goes under. You can see where my weight's forward, my hips are slightly open, hands are forward. and we're able to hit the ball really solid. And I can hit, interesting, every shot I've taken has actually been a draw without turning my hands over, without flipping my hands over. So that's something that's hugely important, because we know to hit a draw, face has to be open to the target line but slightly closed to the path. So this allows you to do that. So again, if you don't have one of these, it's fine. Just take an alignment stick, stick it in the butt of the club, or you could take a driveway marker, do the same thing. But I know this can help you. So stop flipping your hands at it, start to learn how to properly release your hands, release the club head, so you can hit solid golf shots and have more fun on the course. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon. If you really like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please turn on your notifications. Leave comments in the section below. You know, again, I love the interaction. I love helping people play better golf. I love to hear the stories about everyone who's playing such good golf from these tips. So thanks again. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.